Hey folks, well, it's that time of year again. It's the beginning of December, and that means it's time for all kinds of interesting beers from a variety of places. This time around, we're doing the Great White Adventure from Parallel 49 and Central City. Red Racer to be exact. It seems that there's a whole bunch of options this year from all over the world for a variety of beers. There were, besides this advent calendar, which gives us a new beer every day, there was another one from Phillips, which supposedly is really popular, as well as a bunch of smaller packs from a variety of places, both local and outside of the country. Normally, I was planning on simply doing write-ups each day of the beers that are tasted, but I'm a little behind simply because, as I said, it's the 9th of December right now. We're away until the 3rd of December, which meant it was already necessary to catch up with some of those beers, but I've gotten a little behind for a variety of reasons. So, what we're going to do to catch up is do maybe a couple of videos, this one with 4, see how that goes, and then do the next 4, and then hopefully be caught up pretty quickly with the rest of them. So let's get started. The first one out of the box was from Red Racer, and it's called Gary's Chocolate Orange Pale Ale, 4.5% alcohol. Best to not whack this beer, just pop the cap and enjoy a smooth and delicious pale ale that has the holiday-inspired favorite combo of chocolate and orange. The whack probably alludes to Terry's chocolate orange that usually comes out at this time of year. That chocolate ball that you whack and it opens up into slices of chocolate with orange flavor inside. As well, Gary's, because it's Gary Lowen from Central City, and he's the brewmaster. So, what was my impression of this one? Well, it did have some hints of chocolate and orange when you poured it. It was sort of a golden color, and on initial tasting, yes, you got a hint of it, but none of those flavors or aromas were overwhelming as you drank it, basically. So it was pleasant, certainly not unpleasant, but wasn't overwhelming in terms of those particular flavors. I was hoping for a little bit more. The second one from Parallel 49 is called Piñata Squamata, which is supposed to be a Piñata Colada IPA, an interesting combination to say the least. 6% alcohol and an IBU, I'm not sure. But what does it say? If you Google a Squamata, you will find authentic photographs of all the people who have done you wrong in your lifetime. Not sure what that means. Sounds kind of interesting and kind of creepy, actually. Coincidental, we were just back from Mexico, so this is kind of alluding to a Mexican drink. And in particular, it's kind of neat because we were staying at an all-inclusive, and the beers in those places are somewhat light, more watery than anything else. But within or in Puerto Vallarta, where we were, there is one craft brewery called Los Muertos, which has a variety of beers. So we were able to have some good beers while we were there. In fact, there is a Barley Boys video on Los Muertos, so if you have a chance, maybe look that up. As far as this one's concerned, yes, it had some flavors or aromas that might lead you to think about a cocktail. But again, like the first one, it had a hint of those flavors, but didn't come across overwhelming. So the first two probably are, I won't say disappointments, but certainly not overwhelming for the first ones out of the box. The third one, Red Racer's Jitterbuzz Coffee Imperial Stout, weighing in at a 9.0% alcohol. So this one is pretty extra heavy, strong beer, it says. Full-bodied, rich and complex Imperial Stout with pronounced coffee notes and hints of molasses. Cold-pressed organic espresso supplied by Vancouver's very own Bean Around the World, which is pretty cool. Add to this beer's complexity and makes for a delicious drink anytime this winter. This one was in last year's Advent Calendar pack as well. But it was towards the end, and there was a whole bunch of heavy beers or strong beers at that point. So I did give it a favorable review, but it kind of got lost in the mix, I think. Because this is at the beginning, and the first two were slightly uninspired, this one came across really well. Lots of hints of chocolate and caramel and coffee in this one. A very dark brown color with a sort of a coffee colored head. Full bodied and rich to drink. And I would say that this was probably, well, certainly it's my favorite so far. Only the first three, but I would say that this certainly is one that that comes across as a really, really good beer. Good for a winter night. We don't have any snow right now, but certainly this is one to curl up next to the fireplace with and savor. The last one of the first four is from Parallel 49, and it's a Belgian strong called Vow of Silence. This one too weighs in at 9.8% alcohol. And what does it say? This Belgian strong ale is rich in history as well as flavor. Traditionally brewed by Trappist monks, far from the influence of the modern world, this complex ale starts with malty sweetness and finishes medium dry with a touch of piety. Again, it's a pretty strong ale, full-bodied, kind of a reddish color with a kind of a golden head when you pour it. It does have some complex flavors or aromas, I mean, when you're pouring it. And it does, as it says, have a sense of malty sweetness initially. One of the things, though, the difference between these two is that even though there's only like a 0.5% between them, the stout at 9% didn't have a lot of alcohol sort of cloying flavor to it, whereas this one did. So again, out of the first four, I would have to say that this one is the winner. Not that I disliked this one, because I do like strong beers, and especially Belgian ales. But it did have that background alcoholic taste to it. So that's the first four. You can expect another one probably in a day or two, which is the next four. And then hopefully we'll be on track to be able to just simply do some write-ups and then maybe finish off with a couple on a video as well. So thanks for watching. If you have an opportunity, get out and pick up some of this, the offerings that these people have, as well as Phillips and some of the other ones from around the world. So, and my partner, Gary, is planning on doing a different selection. So we'll see what happens with that, and we'll add that to it as well at both our YouTube page and on Facebook. So, enjoy. I've enjoyed these ones so far, and look forward to getting back and letting you know what I thought of the next four, okay? See you soon. Bye now.